Allan B. Hendricks, born 1839, died 1933, buried in St. Paul's Lutheran Cemetery in Red Hook. His monument is a wide, short granite obelisk in the old section up front, not far from the parking lot. Allan Barringer Hendricks was the son of Jeremiah Hendricks and Eliza C. Barringer, whose monument he and his wife Anna share. He married Anna Rogers, 1840 to 1907, and had 4 children: Allan B. Jr., Anna R., who married Frederick W. Lee, Louise R., who married Franklin Shook, and Lawrence H. Hendricks. Allan Jr. became an electrical engineer and held patents for such things as transformers, cable testing apparatus, and vacuum tube rectifiers. In 1887, Hendricks received a magnificent gold watch as thanks for 20 years of being the superintendent of St. Paul's Lutheran Church's Sunday School. When Edwin Knickerbocker, insurance man of Red Hook, died in 1875, Hendricks took on his book of business and was an agent for 56 years. Hendricks retired in 1932, and it was reported, quote, at 92 years of age, he is still in the best of health and is already planning to make his garden this year as usual, end quote. He sold his agency to Donald E. Norton, who also bought the business of Herbert E. Sawpaw around the same time. Sawpaw had employed John Kane as an agent in 1931. John's son Dave Kane recalls that Norton told John he didn't need him after he bought the Hendricks and Sawpaw agency, so John went into business for himself in Rhinebeck, forming the Kane Agency. Dave Kane joined his father's agency in 1971, and when Norton was ready to sell, Dave purchased the Donald E. Norton Agency sometime in the 1980s, bringing Jerry Griffin, a former Travelers Company man, on board as well. When Dave retired, he sold everything, which included the legacy of Allan B. Hendricks' agency, to Emery & Webb, which still operates today. Allan Hendricks was retired for only 1 year when he died at 93 years of age in 1933. He left an estate of over $10,000 in a typical will, not worth noting except for one unusual aspect. It was written by hand by the testator. Hendricks took an old will form and cut out the title and attestation clause with scissors. He then wrote up the particulars, assigning his real and personal property to his children and grandchildren, and literally pasted it in between the pre-printed sections he'd got out. Apparently this was just not done, but the courts found no fault with it. Perhaps his decades of dealing with contracts and policies came in handy.